Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. My name is Katelin Urgo and I am a 23-year-old writer. I would just like to say a huge welcome to my NaNoWriMo Preptober series. There are going to be 4 episodes in this Preptober NaNoWriMo series that I am doing. This first episode is just going to be me discussing about how to find your story, what my story is going to be, and a little bit of my journey with NaNoWriMo. For those of you that don't know, NaNoWriMo, which stands for National Novel Writing Month, is an organization that has challenged writers, authors, anyone to write a full novel, which is 50,000 words in 1 month during the month of November. I also just want to say that if you are watching this and you are thinking, I could never write an entire book, let alone a book in 1 month, I want you to reevaluate that statement, because I truly believe that writing a book sounds like the scariest endeavor you can embark on, but I think it is so much easier than you think. I think anyone can truly write a book. What helps me is remembering that by the time November ends, you are not going to have a perfectly polished book. You just won't. What you'll have is a first draft. And a lot of times for writers who are just starting out, or maybe you've been in a slump for a really long time and you're questioning if you're capable, sometimes all it takes is a push, and you need to take that first step to get your writing out, put it down on paper, and have your first draft completed. Starting is the absolute hardest part of writing a book, in my personal opinion. I think it's super easy once you're done and you're designing book covers and you're working with editors. That's all a piece of cake. What's truly hard is making the first step and getting your writing on the page. Once you do that, everything else is gonna fall into place. This gives you a perfect excuse to just start writing. And it doesn't have to be good. No one said it has to be good. In the bylines of NaNoWriMo, nowhere does it say that your writing has to be good. And I can almost guarantee that what I finish with when November 30th comes is not gonna be good. It's gonna be a really rough first draft, but at least I have a draft, you know? So, something to think about, some food for thought. If you are thinking that you maybe wanna do it, but you're unsure or you've never written anything before, I say go for it. Go for it, do it with me, participate with me, and I swear we will make it through together. I'm gonna be vlogging every single day so you can follow along, and I think it's gonna be a really fun month. If you aren't already, then go ahead and subscribe. I make videos about writing, I make videos about reading, and I sometimes do vlogs, which I'm still getting the hang of, but I think they're really fun. If you'd like to, you can subscribe and join this little community of bookworms and nerds and writers and all of that. I have been a participant of NaNoWriMo for 6 years now. I started in 2014 and I have never completed the challenge. I would like to make a lot of excuses for that. I think the biggest one being that I've always been a student, except for this past year. I was living in New York and I was working full-time, but I easily could have done it and I just didn't. I didn't have any motivation, and that was rough. But this year is my year. I am going to be completing it come hell or high water. So I wanted to take you guys along on this journey, and I am doing something that I've never done before, which is prep for NaNoWriMo. I am actually putting in work in October so that way when November 1st hits, I'm able to hit the ground running with my writing and get going. If any of you have heard of Vlogmas, then you know that that's where lifestyle people or vloggers will vlog every single day leading up to Christmas. Well, I'm gonna do my own take on this, and I'm going to be doing NaNoWriMo vlog every day. I'm gonna come up with a better name. I'm definitely gonna come up with a better name, but I am going to be vlogging every single day in the month of November, and I'm going to be taking you along as I work to obviously win NaNoWriMo for the first time, and I think that'll just be fun to share with you and look back on, and ultimately be able to see what worked for me and what didn't. And I'd also love if people could comment and follow along and tell me all about the progress that you're making on your novels, because I want you to participate with me. Please sign up for NaNoWriMo and take on the challenge with me, and we can create a little group of writers who are determined to finish NaNoWriMo for the first time ever. Or if you've completed it in the past, then definitely join my group, because I'm gonna need all the help and advice that I can get. I think that is everything. So without further ado, welcome to the first installment of my NaNoWriMo Preptober journey. I think that the biggest part of NaNoWriMo, besides actually doing all of the writing, is having an idea and a concept that you are absolutely passionate about. Because to sit down and write every single day or write 50,000 words in 1 month, it can be a really daunting task. And in order to do that, I think picking a story that gets you so excited to write and get words on the page is going to be vital. So maybe this is a story that you've always wanted to write, but you've never thought that you had the time, or you weren't sure about it. Use this opportunity to really push yourself and get a manuscript done. I think another fun way to go about doing Nano is to pick an entirely random prompt. We all know I love prompts here in this channel. Pick an entirely random prompt and just absolutely go for it. Just pick it and say, you know what, this is what I'm committing to for a month, and see where that takes you. And I think that could be really fun, not knowing what's gonna happen, and kind of getting to let your imagination just totally go free. And yeah, that could be interesting. For my own NaNoWriMo journey, I have already announced my project on the actual NaNoWriMo website, which is linked below. My profile is linked below. So if you'd like to go see my profile and add me as a buddy, then you can absolutely do that. And I can add you to our little group that we've got going on. But my project that I will be working on is titled The Revival, and I don't want to give too much away yet, mostly because it's not written yet, and so I need to be careful with how much that I share. And also, I want to kind of reveal more as time goes on, but I can say that my project is called The Revival. I have not written a single word yet in this book. I've a notes page probably about this long in my phone that I have been adding to of ideas as they come to me. And so part of my prep is going to be taking that massive notes on my phone and transferring it into Scrivener. I do have a video on why I write using Scrivener, and I gave a little bit away of how I set up, but I am going to be showing you exactly how I set up a Scrivener file and a Scrivener project before I even start writing, to show you how I organize things, how I use folders and subfolders, and I categorize everything and all of that. So, as I mentioned, I've never outlined before for a novel. I kind of just have an idea, maybe an ending in mind, and I see where it goes and I just write. And I've talked about how I definitely write myself into dead ends, and in order to get out, you have to backtrack and then start again. It's a ton of work, and it's a big time coster. It takes so much time when you write yourself into a dead end and you have to back out. So in order to avoid that happening, I'm going to try my very hardest to have a thorough outline. If you're familiar with Nano or writing in general, then they have the term plotters versus pantsters, or they have plantsters, which are people a little bit of both. If you are a plotter, then you will have your entire novel pretty much laid out before you ever write a single word. If you are a pantster, then you write by the seat of your pants and you kind of have an idea and you just see where it takes you. Or you could be a planster, where you do a little bit of outlining, but you still like the freedom to be able to go where you want. I am going to attempt to be a hardcore plotter. I am going to try very hard to have my book laid out and see how that goes for me. And of course, I'm going to be flexible. If I want to change anything halfway through, then definitely I can evaluate that, but I'm going to try and have the entire book planned out before I start writing. That should be a very interesting task for me. Again, never have done that before in any of the things that I've ever written. So, big change. All of this being said, I do know that there is a presidential election happening in the United States on November 3rd. If you're not registered to vote, you need to register to vote. This is a huge, important election for our country, and I know that the outcome of that election could be very good or very bad, depending on what your view is. And I know that that is going to be a really emotional time. It's going to be a lot. If you can look at NaNoWriMo as an opportunity to kind of put your brain power into something else, then I say go for it. I say amazing. So I am so hoping that you guys sign up to do NaNoWriMo with me. I so hope you participate and follow along on my nano journey as I vlog every single day the process of me writing an entire novel in 1 month. I'm setting my own goals for nano. The goal for everyone is to write 50,000 words in 1 month. But I will say that I've set a little personal goal for myself that I do want to hit 50, and that is absolutely the goal. But I think it would be really cool if I could potentially get to 60 and see if I could get 60,000 words written in 1 month. I don't know if that's possible. I've never even done 50 before, but I think if I really work hard and I really spend all my time putting effort into this and I prep right, then I think I have a good chance. So we'll see if that even happens. My next video in my Preptober series is going to be all about outlining, and I'm going to be showing you how I set up my projects in Scrivener before I even start writing, how I'm going to be outlining and all of that. And as I said, I think I'm going to try, for the very first time ever, using the sticky note method of planning out my entire novel on sticky notes. That should be interesting, me trying to plan it all out physically in front of me on a wall. I'm gonna have to find a wall in this apartment to stick a bunch of sticky notes to, but should be fun, cool experiment. We'll see if it actually works. I hope all of you sign up to participate with me. Please subscribe, that way you can be caught up on all of my prepping that I'm doing, as well as when I vlog every day in November, working towards my goal of writing an entire novel in 1 month. If you enjoyed this video, then feel free to give it a thumbs up, and I look forward to talking to you all in the next one. Happy almost NaNoWriMo! As always, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a fantastic day. Now go write something. Here you are. Oh wow, let me just close out my Pirates of the Caribbean fanfiction on my computer.